Hey everybody, it's Patrick
And Sarah.
from the Board Meeples, and today we're going to do a review of Bob Ross Art of Chill game.
Bob Ross is a 2 to 4 player board game designed by Prospero Hall and published by Big Tree Creative. So the object of the game is to basically collect different paints and brushes that Bob Ross used on his show, um, finish the painting before Bob Ross, and fill up the chill meter until you're the winner of the game. You can get chill points by painting different features on the painting or getting certain techniques, and by also painting the features first and also before Bob.
And also how many extra paints you use gets you points.
Yes.
Yeah. So there is some good to the game and of course bad to the game. I think kind of the thing for me, which is good, is that it's actually really easy to learn. It has very beautiful artwork, as you can see over here.
Yeah,
And
so these are some of the paintings that Bob Ross actually painted on his show. And so they're double sided and they're full gloss. They're really beautiful. And they use, terms that he used as well on his show, like fluffy clouds and happy little trees and charming cabins and stuff. So if you like Bob Ross, it's definitely like a nostalgic board game.
for sure. And even if you don't know who Bob Ross is, which would be weird for you to be watching this video if you don't, it would still be pretty enjoyable of a game, I think. Essentially, like you combine like a nice design, beautiful artwork, and it's actually pretty relaxing of a game, I think.
It's very easy. It takes about 15 minutes to play every time we play 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We usually end up going through about 2 paintings before we finish, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But the thing is, these chill cards will make Bob move forward unless they say that he won't move forward. And so it can really speed up the game in that way as well.
Yeah. And we have played with more people. I think the max was 4. We played with 4. And so it makes the game a little longer, but it's still pretty enjoyable. I think one thing, like outside of that, what I do like a bit is that even though it's a color-based game, if you are kind of colorblind, such as myself, you can actually still play the game. Because if you look at the different colors,
All of the
you'll see the brush stroke here. In this case here, it says green on it. So if you don't know what green is, that's fine. You see a brush stroke, and the brush stroke will match what's on the card here. So even if you can't see the colors, you can still, as long as you can match shapes, you should be okay. There are a few exceptions for that.
some of them are confusing to you, like the yellows or no, the browns and the orange, I think it was.
Well, some of the shapes are very similar,
Yeah,
and
they're
that's
very
why.
similar. And the
But
colors are similar if you're colorblind.
the other issue is, so while that works, sometimes the techniques don't because they just have the color. Like there's no
But
match,
it's written though.
but they're written. So that's where you'll be fine. And there's no matching of this. You don't need to match that symbol. So they did a pretty good job from a color blind perspective. So
Considering it's an art game, it's
yeah,
pretty good for sure.
yeah.
Um,
And I think lastly, for a good thing is that there's lots, as she's mentioned. They're double sided. There's lots of paintings,
mhm.
so you don't really run into the same like paintings from many games.
So I think the negative is that there's not a whole lot of replayability, and it's kind of a gimmicky game for Bob Ross fans. There's not really a lot of strategy,
Yeah.
and once you play it once, you're kind of meh. Okay, I've played it. I'm done with it.
Yeah, we would usually maybe go through a couple of these,
Yeah.
a couple of rounds, I guess. But after that, it's sort of like, okay, that was fun. Let's move on.
It's kind of it kind of gets boring quick.
Yeah, but you're right. And so I think that's a big negative of
For
the
us
game.
anyway.
But it's one of those you can quickly, casually play with a couple of friends,
Yeah.
maybe a half hour, and then you call it quits for that game and move on to something else.
Mhm.
Or if someone hasn't seen it before, you can show it. We played
Yeah.
earlier today and it was still fun, and we haven't
Yeah,
played in a long time.
and
So.
you can learn it in about 5 minutes. So if you're into very easy, quick games that aren't too complex, this is a really good game. So
Yeah.
So all in all, how do you think you would rate it?
I'd probably rate it about 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'd rate it a
Maybe
2.5.
maybe a bit lower.
Yeah, I'd rate it 2.5 out of 5.
Uh,
It's pretty average.
yeah.
It's not anything spectacular, but it's a very cool, gimmicky game.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean we've shown friends and they've enjoyed it.
yeah.
We've played multiple times, so that's why I'm giving it a little bit higher because even though you might not spend a whole evening playing it endlessly, you can always come back to this game. So,
Yeah.
anyway, I think that's about it, everybody. So thanks for watching our review. We hope you enjoy it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell for more board game content.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Bye.